connections. We're connected to an SVI interface configured on the leaf 102, and we will treat the SVI as a legacy database server requiring communication with the endpoint in the AP app EPG. And then we're connected to our VLAN pool. So we're configured here is the VLAN pool for the SVI, and in our physical domain and in AEP profile, then will be associated to the VLAN pool. And this will be a physical domain. On the fabric, access policies, open up the pools, VLAN, we're creating our VLAN. It's 10 and 2. We'll make a physical domain VLANs. Make sure it's a static association, and the VLAN name is 208. 208 static. Okay, and submit. Now creating VLAN 208 static. Then we're gonna to create is the AEP profile. AEP profile is on the policy, global, attachable access entity profile. What we're gonna create is T2 physical domain AEP. Okay, next, and click finish. Next, what we'll be creating is the physical domain. Physical domain is on the physical and external domains. Add a physical domain, turn it to physical domain. Attachable, we'll choose T2 physical domain AEP, and the VLAN is we just created 208 static VLAN. After creating the AEP physical domain, VLANs we're going to configure interface policy group and interface profile. Expand interface and under leaf interface, we're gonna create is a leaf access port. It's gonna be turned true DB policy group, and the AEP CDP we use disable, link 10 gig, AIP is disabled. So click submit. Now what I just created is the IPG. We're gonna create a IPP is interface profile. We're gonna go ahead, create interface profile, name it tenant2, leave 102, interface prof. And we're gonna pick up the interface for 18, 18 IPG. This is the IPG we just created. And the next we'll add your interface profile to existing switch profile. I'll open up the switch, leave switch profile. I said don't have a leave switch profile. Let's create one, or create leave 102 switch profile. And this will be leave 102. We'll pick up that switch 102. Then the switch profile will be the next. We're gonna to pick up the interface profile. We just create it, click finish. Now we're creating a switch profile and associated with the interface selector. We created the switch profile domain. Now we're going to navigate to a tenant, click tenant 2, expand our application profile POC and the application EPGs. We're going to expand database EPG. On the domain, we're going to associate the physical domain, T2 physical domain. Also, we wanted to apply the static port to the bridge domain EPG and designate the VLAN on this port. So we're going to go to static port and I'll create deploy the port. Note, leave 2. The port is going to be 118, VLAN 208. That's on-demand trunk port. And we click next and finish. Note the static port is assigned with VLAN to the switch leave 102. Now we could take a look at our topology, go back to POC, application profile, and the topology. We can see there's a external EPG bare metal server domain is T2 physical domain. Port is the 118. All right, now we know that the bridge domain DB has no subnet. We're going to go to our database EPG and on the policy general, we want to find the bridge domain. The bridge domain will just move it to the app because the app will consume the database, submit, and the DB EPG is in the bridge domain app. The app bridge EPG, but my app bridge domain is gonna to flood the L2 bomb traffic. So go to my networking bridge domain app and policy and the general. We're gonna to find L2 unknown unicast we wanted to flood. Yes. So the policy is using the app and database EPG. Click submit. So we need to add a secondary subnet under bridge domain app. We're going to add one more subnet for the database servers 192.168.12.1/24. Click submit. Now we have it two subnets and in cast subnet in app bridge domain. So this time, whenever the app is receiving unknown traffic, gonna be flood to all the L2 bridge domains. This bridge domain has database and app. Database is in the app bridge domain. Next, we want to try to connect a router to leave 102.1.1 to this port 110, and this will be an OSPF. The OSPF is running between the leaf switch and the router. we're going to have a web EPG and its bridge domain. Advertise this as a subnet. There will be 192 10.0.4. So this subnet is going to be advertised externally to my OSPF. And this type of connection is what we call L3 out. And the L3 out will be associated to my web bridge domain. The web bridge domain is going to have L3 out to the other subnets. Okay, the first we're going to configure is the BGP route refactor policy is configured, and we wanted the BGP route refactor policy for the live ACI fabric. Network navigate system settings, find the BGP route refactor, BGP autonomous AS number 201. We want my spine 1 as route refactor, spine 2 also a route refactor. Click submit change. Then you could go to the switch and show BGP session VRF overlay -01 to find the BGP neighbors between the leaf and spines. We next create the fabric access policies. We are going to navigate to pools and VLAN. We'll create access policy for respective L3 connection. Create a VLAN, T2, L3 extension, VLAN. This VLAN is also static. VLAN number 219 will be static. Submit. Now I have created VLAN 219 dedicated for L3 out. And then we're going to expand the physical and external domains. We're going to be as L3 domain because it's for L3 out. I'm going to say tenant 2 L3 out domain, and I'm going to select my, we're going to create AEP. AEP name is tenant 2 L3 out AEP. What we're going to do is just like that, just submit, and L3 VLAN will also submit. Now we have L3 domain. Now let's take care of the ports. The ports will be on this interface, and there's going to be interface, leaf interface. We're going to expand policy group. Leave going to be a leaf access port. It's going to be my IPG T2 L3 out policy group. We can associate to my AEP L3 out 10 gig 1 enable LAP and CDP disabled. Enable it. We have IPG. Next, go to our profile. We're gonna create a leaf. Is port 10. Port 10. 110. The IPG. Click OK. Submit. We have a interface profile. It's going to be a T2 leave 101 interface profile. So that's fine by me, and we're gonna choose SVI, and our choose the ports, leave 101, and root ID. Gonna make loopback interface. Pick up the ports 110, VLAN 219, IP 99. 2/24. Obviously, the interface is .1. We're going to make .2/24. Okay, next, I'm going to pick up some defaults fine by me. Next, we're going to be OSPF, EPG name, and we wanted to is everything. For the subnet, contract the L3 out as EPG OSPF. The name is OSPF, and we want to use the contract for the web contract. So will be the L3 out, EPG OSPF will be consuming this contract, web contract. We want to go to contract and consume contract. We want to consume the web contract, submit. Now we can go to POC domain. Now we have a visualized charge. The OSPF is consuming web contract into the web servers right here. This is how we connect them together. The contract is not enough. We'll have to go to the web EPG and policy. So we're going to go to the bridge domain of the web and go to policy, L3 configuration. L3 out, we're going to configure the associated L3 out to web bridge domain. Check again. L3 out, leave 101 to the OSPF. Now click networking, and we can see the L3 out is right here. Okay. We only fix what's happening in the fabric, but we're going to take care of the routing under the web bridge domain and the subnet, web subnet for the web servers. But we're going to click open up. We're going to advertise it to the OSPF. Okay. So what I'm trying to do is this subnet belong to the web server will be advertised into the OSPF. This will be our routing. Now we are advertising the updated web server subnets. What we want to do is go to contract, go to features and web features. I'm going to add an SSH. We're allowing the web server to SSH on the OSPF route server. Now is how we're configuring L3 out.